Carrickmacross lace is always finished with a picot edge, and it's decorated all over profusely with a little circle of stitching called a pop. Now, on the design, you see a little array of circles, and they are saying this is where you make a pop. Now, to know what to look for when you're going to make the pop, you need to identify the hexagons on the net. So if we choose this one, for example, and look at the 6 sides, if I look at it from the centre, a little floret forms on the outside that looks a little bit like a flower. So to make the pop, we're going to isolate one of these hexagons and outline it with a thread to form a circle, and then do a series of buttonhole stitches into each one of these sections, each one of the 6 sections, to make this little circle of lace called a pop. I'm going to work around one hexagon by going under the first bar, over the next one, under the third one, now I've worked all the way around, but the circle is not closed. But in order to close the circle, I need to go under the first bar again. So I'll take the thread under the first bar again. So now I have a perfect little circle, and I'll work around the circle making buttonhole stitches. All the time working with the eye of the needle first. I'm going into the centre and into the first little petal shape. That forms a knot. I pull the knot gently to the edge. And make 3 in each space. Working from one space to the next. Making 3 stitches. Now you pull them evenly, but not too tight. If you pull them too tight, you might break the bars of the net and pull the whole thing out. And that's not a good look on lace. So there are 18 stitches altogether. And the knots form a nice little decorative edge on the pop. Now the end of the thread is beginning to get in the way, so I'm going to just push it to the side because I don't want it to get in the way when I'm joining up the circle. Now I've worked all the way around now, I've made all the stitches, but this decorative edge is still open, and to close it I use the point of the needle and go into the first knot that I made, and that pulls it all together and closes it. So, but I now need to finish off the thread. If it's cut off at this stage, it'll just unravel and make an unsightly little fluffy bit at the edge. So you take the point of the needle through 2 of the buttonhole stitches to the back of the work. Taking all the thread through to the back. And it's important to finish this thread off, because if it's cut away too soon, it'll just unravel and cause a little fluffy, unsightly bit of thread to start hanging out. Pull it slightly away from the edge before cutting it off. And then snip the thread off carefully. See, that gives a nice little pop. Now, the second thread has to be dealt with as well. That's the thread that did the outlining. So it's embedded in there in all the buttonholing, so it just has to be taken to the back. It's not going to cause any problem, but pull it slightly towards the centre and snip it away. It's not going to unravel.